Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today we're talking about iOS 16. We have some really important information to share with you guys, as well as more new features and other stuff related to iOS 16, which in my opinion is one of the best iOS updates that we have gotten in the last few years. This is an amazing update, and of course the new features and changes keep on coming, and they are pretty cool. But also we have some really important information regarding the release and the features of iOS 16, so let's get started. Alright, first of all, we're starting with some new features that have been added recently to iOS 16, and we're talking right here about the iCloud backup. Now you can see right here, this is a screenshot that I got from iOS beta on Reddit. I didn't get this myself, but you can see right here what it says. Last backup, backup size, and then it shows next backup size, plus 19 megabytes in this case. So what it basically shows you is that it shows you the size of the backup, which will be of course after you have done this backup. So if the last backup that you have done was like 2 or 3 days ago, of course the next backup size will be this plus this, and it won't be that big. But if you just don't back up on long periods of time, of course there will be a much bigger plus right here. So really interesting feature. You always will know how much the new backup will be. Really cool. And next up we have this one right here on the email. Now this I didn't get myself, didn't get this suggestion until now. Of course probably will get it in the future. I got this from iOS beta on Reddit as well, so it shows you follow up. So it will suggest you to follow up on an email if you don't get a response. Really useful, and of course you will notice this on your email app and just will remember you to actually follow up on an email. Moving on to what's of course the biggest feature of iOS 16, the lock screen. And you know, with the new album art that Apple has added to iOS 16, it makes actually the lock screen look pretty cool. So you can tap right here to maximize this, basically have the lock screen with the big artwork right here, but you can also tap on it to minimize it. But did you know that you can actually do that simply by tapping anywhere on the lock screen? You don't have to tap the album art, you just tap anywhere and you can actually minimize the album art. Also on the lock screen, a really interesting feature: when you go to your lock screens and you try to delete any of them, if you actually delete all of your lock screens, that of course you can do like this, and you have one last left, but that one is connected to focus mode, then you will need to have another one. So that way you will have two. So you will always need to have a lock screen that's not connected to focus mode. That's what Apple has done. That's the limitation that they have added to the lock screen, and won't allow you to have only a lock screen that is of course connected to focus mode. If you do that, then you will actually have to have another one that is not connected. And while we're on the lock screen, of course some of the best wallpapers are the new astronomy wallpapers that Apple has added with iOS 16, and the cool thing is that Apple is actually improving these wallpapers. And now with the latest beta 4, both of these, the Earth and the Moon, have way more details and they look much better. And the last feature we're talking about in this video is on the focus mode. If you go to one of the focus modes like do not disturb or mindfulness, you will see a change right here that now says add schedule instead of add automation. Of course, by tapping here, you can add a schedule when you want to turn on or off this focus mode. And now we're talking about another feature of iOS 16, which is live activities. As you probably have seen at WWDC 2022, Apple has presented these new live activity features that Apple will add to iOS 16 that are pretty cool actually. And here we have a few examples of this feature. So we have this one from Starbucks, Nike, and then we have NBA right here. Now basically what live activities do, something that you have to keep track on like an app, maybe your order or a score from a sports event or something like that, you will have this on the lock screen, so you don't need to use the app. Now the good thing is that Apple has released the API for live activities, and of course devs can start working on it, but we have bad news as well. It looks like Apple won't release live activities with iOS 16 when it gets released on its initial release to the public, which is actually very soon, and we're going to talk about that in a minute here. So you will have to wait for a few weeks, maybe even months, for this feature to come to iOS, probably with iOS 16.1 or 16.2. Now, before we get into the release date of iOS 16 and some other really important news, we're going to quickly talk about the battery life and performance of iOS 16 on its current beta 4. So battery life is quite decent. Of course, it's improving with every new beta. Of course, that is something you can expect. You can expect quite a decent battery life with iOS 16 beta 4. I've been using it here on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is my daily driver, and the battery health is at 89% right now. And it's actually quite good. I cannot really complain about the battery life that I'm getting with this update. It's actually quite nice. As far as performance goes, we have here Geekbench scores from the latest two betas. This right here is beta 3, single core score 1584, while we have the single core score here 1581 on beta 4. Basically the same. And we have here the multi-core score 4038 on beta 4, 4135 on beta 3, a slight decrease here on beta 4, but it's actually not that drastic. Now overall the performance is good. I have noticed with beta 4 some bugs, some really weird bugs that I haven't noticed before, and one of them being the volume hood here, actually the volume slider on the control center. It actually doesn't work as it should. It just, you can see right here, it glitches a lot. So when I try to turn up or down the volume, you can see what it does. This is really annoying. I have tried like rebooting the device and things like that. It didn't work. It still keeps giving me the same glitch here, and it's actually really annoying. Let me know what you think about this, and are you facing this issue as well on the control center of your device? And now let's move on to the release date, as we have some really important information. So according to Mark Gurman, who is a very trusted source when it comes to Apple related stuff, software and hardware, Apple is planning to delay the new releases. iPadOS 16 and also macOS Ventura will actually be delayed until October. But the good news, we got lucky here, they are not delaying iOS 16, and that's really great. We can expect iOS 16 and watchOS 9 coming, of course, in September. So you can see right here from Mark Gurman on Twitter, news story, Apple plans to delay iPadOS 16 by about a month, and of course you can expect it on sometime at around the end of October alongside with macOS Ventura. But as you can see right here, it says iOS 16, watchOS 9 are still coming in September. Now I've talked about this on a previous video that I did, and I really expect Apple to release iOS 16 on September 19th. That's because I would expect Apple to actually have their event right here at the second week actually of September. So it would be a Tuesday, that will be probably the 13th right here. Then of course, as with every other year, you can expect Apple to actually start pre-orders on September 16th. And what they do always, the next week, of course, on Monday, they release the new software, and it should be on Monday right here, September 19th. Then, of course, the new iPhones should go on sale on Friday, September 23rd. These are the dates based on the history of the previous releases that I have calculated, and I think these will be the dates where Apple will release their stuff. So expect the iPhone event on the 13th, iOS 16 and watchOS 9 on the 19th, and then of course the shipping on the 23rd. So that's basically it for this video, guys. iOS 16 is turning out to be a great update, and this time we got lucky. There is no delay, and iOS 16 is coming right on time as always. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos and leave a like if you enjoyed this one, as it helps out a lot. And I will see you guys on the next video.